Hello everyone, on Talk About Autism, it's Jack. Sorry I haven't put really any video updates this year. It's hard to find the time, it is. But 2016 has been a year of setbacks, it has, and a year of success it has as well. First of all, as you all know from my blog updates, I did fail finite element analysis T804. I did the first time, 7% short of the 40% I needed. But 16 days ago, I got the results of the resit and I passed this time 45%. And manufacturing materials design, I've secured a pass on that, 47% on the EMA, and 69% overall on the grades. So I'm now officially halfway to the master's degree, and I've made a start with problem solving and improvement. It's a very interesting module, it is. Lots of methods to use, it is. I'm afraid it's easy to understand what each method involves, but unfortunately hard to take in so much technical jargon. But I'll have the results of the first TMA by next week, which is worth 30% of my marks. And I'm really starting to make plans for next year. By next September, when I start team engineering, when I hope to, if I pass problem solving, I'm getting out of Tesco. I'm going to do some work, hopefully, with autistic people. Because that's the way to polish my CV right now, it is. And there are plenty of places that can offer it in Bedford, including Bedford College, where I studied. One thing I've been a bit concerned about with my OU qualification is that the Open University isn't recognised like so many other employers. It's like satellites and things like that, places I'd like to find a graduate scheme for in 2018. But I headed past the assessment stage. I did on a interview for a summer internship with Rolls-Royce, a company that has not really been seen by one that particularly looks at Open University applicants. I didn't get any further because I only got a 2.2 degree. So I realise now that the Open University is just as accredited and recognised as any other university in the UK or worldwide. It's just I don't hear so many stories about people getting onto businesses like that one. And, Rolls-Royce and British Air and Airbus, things like that, with an OU degree. But I now know it will be recognised once I get the master's. I will get a good job in engineering. Something else has been happening this year. Just less than a month ago, I have finally overcome a 23-year fear of needles. After 6 failed attempts to get it in my arm in the nurse's surgery, I finally just said go for it and looked away, and then 2 seconds later it was over. All I felt was a poke. I did like this pattern here, poking my arm. Not even that, it wasn't. More like the end of it, poking my arm. I cried more, I did, about having succeeded, delightment of succeeding rather than a feeling that I'd failed. All those times when I was younger, when I tried for the meningitis and hepatitis, I had injections at skull hole and didn't have them done, and now that fear has been conquered. It really is another step closer to following someone like Tim Peake into space. Speaking of which, I have his book, I do. I watched him come home I did, and launch into space, and here's his signature. I watched him no end of times up in space, and in fact he had to stick himself, he did, with a needle up there. So we were talking about him a lot when I was in the surgery, so I'm sure he played some part in it. He even remembered me when I got the book signed. I've also been reading some more of Jerry Ross's book, Spacewalker. He really did achieve so much, he did, by taking the path that was available to him. And all these are, and how far I've come is based on taking what I've been offered. So he said the reaction, how you react to setbacks is how you react to disappointment is what's key. It is. So there's lots of things in there here he's been able to give me encouragement about. Also next year, I hope to finally qualify as a scuba diver, which unfortunately I still will have to do because of finding the time to get into open water. Jerry Ross, in fact, he can't swim, but he didn't stop him from qualifying at scuba, apparently. And I also hope to have a go at gliding. Apparently it's cheaper than learning to fly, it is, and it's a bit more local, and it's just as local as Cranfield, Dunstable Downs. So 2017 is going to be a year where I get onto the final module of the master's degree course, and when I'll finally get out of Tesco and be able to polish my CV and start to help people with autism, which is what I would like to do. So maybe I can help more out on help with autism on the website and suddenly be able to post more of these updates. So in the meantime, Merry Christmas everyone, and see you in 2017.